Hey guys, Parrish here. Some of you know me as a real estate agent in New York City, and some of you don't know me at all. So today I figured we'd play 20 questions so that you can get a better understanding of who I am. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, where were you born? I was born in Denver, Colorado, actually born and raised, and I loved growing up in Colorado. I loved skiing every weekend, hiking, anything outdoors you did. I played soccer, I played baseball, a little bit of volleyball, and I went to college in Colorado and then moved out to New York City. And that leads us into the second question, why did you move out to New York City? I moved out to New York City to pursue a career in theatrical management and producing, and I was working off-Broadway with an amazing company on a show called Emoji Land before the pandemic, and now with the pandemic, theater's been shut down for literally a year now, but hopeful that it'll return later in 2021. The third question is, how long have you lived in New York City? I've lived in New York City for 2 years now, and I will be starting my third year living in the city in May, which is absolutely crazy to think about. Like, time just flies by. How is the New York City market right now? I can tell you it is very, very dynamic, and I encourage you to email me right here, and I can tell you more about that in depth. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is yellow, actually, so I had to wear it for this video because why not? What's your favorite drink? My favorite drink that I have every single day is an iced coffee. I have to have it before 2 p.m. or otherwise I can't sleep because caffeine is coursing through my veins. And then my favorite alcoholic drink is a margarita from Cowgirl in the West Village. What do you love about living in the East Village? I love the energy that the East Village has. There's always something to do. There's always some place to go to. There's so many people out all the time. It's just very inviting and just exciting. I don't know any better way to put it than those several words. I highly encourage you, if you haven't, come spend an afternoon in the East Village. Come have dinner over here. Just explore it. And I think you'll fall in love with it the way I've fallen in love with it. Okay, here's a fun one. What's your favorite theater production? My favorite theater production I've ever seen is Once the Musical. It was on Broadway. It's based on the movie, and it is just so... I've just never had another experience like that. The day was just a perfect day. We went and got tickets. We rushed tickets, so cheaper tickets. We were in the very back row, and last minute before the show started, the usher moved us down to the front, and it was a very small theater, and just all the actors are playing instruments on stage, and the story is beautiful, and I haven't had, like I said, another experience like that. And if you are able to see it, it tours a lot, so hopefully you'll be able to see it on tour. I highly recommend getting tickets to it. I've seen it 4 times, and I love it. I fall in love every single time with it. What do you do for fun? A lot of things. I like to work out. I like to go explore New York City. I love doing photography. I love cooking food. I cook for my friends a lot. I love trying new foods. Just anything that involves doing something, which sounds really weird, but I am not the person that really likes to just sit and relax, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. So if we're able to go out, if we're able to walk, if it's anything like that, that's what I like to do for fun. When should you start to look for an apartment? That's an excellent question. I personally recommend looking for an apartment 1 month to 2 weeks out from when you're supposed to move, just because in this market, apartments are moving so quickly. Some places go the same day you see them, and some places are okay, you have an earlier start date than somebody that might be moving out here in 2 months from now. So I just recommend a month to 2 weeks before. That's just my personal opinion, but that's what I did. I looked 2 weeks before I moved out here and found my place in those 2 weeks. Do you have a favorite music genre? Not really, just anything I can sing along to. I do listen to a lot of pop. I do listen to a lot of musical theater, a lot of 90s, but really anything I can sing to and dance to. Nothing specific, really. What's the best advice you would give to someone moving to New York City? The best advice, and I got this advice myself that I now share with everybody. Find a third place. So you have work, which obviously speaks for itself. You have your home, which is a place you should find as your safe haven and some place you should be able to recharge, okay? This third place is a place where you can be angry, you can be excited, you can celebrate, you can be mad, you can just let everything out. The reason I say that is because if you have a bad day at work, don't bring that negativity to your home. Especially in New York City, this is a small area majority of the time. And you don't want to associate negative feelings with a place that should be safe and where you're able to recharge. I found my third place as a coffee shop. It is a park bench, and it is walking the streets of New York City. It gives me enough time to process whatever happened in the day, so when I get home, I can just relax. I can cook my food, I can lay in bed, I can watch TV and not really have to stress as much as I would if I came right from work or right from whatever just happened. So that is my best advice I can give to anybody out here. This is an interesting one. Where did you go to school? So for undergrad, I started at the University of Colorado Boulder, and I was pursuing theater at the time, and I wasn't happy with where I was in the program, and so I dropped that and then started studying atmospheric and oceanic sciences, which would have been a very interesting career. And then I decided I wanted to pursue theater again and transferred to the University of Northern Colorado for theater studies and an emphasis in producing and arts entrepreneurship. And I graduated undergrad in 3 years, and then I moved out here to New York. When I moved out here, I started my Master's of Arts at the New York University, and I was doing performing arts administration while working in theater. It was a lot. So CU Boulder, UNC, NYU, in short. Yeah. Do you have a dream vacation? My dream vacation is to go to the Greek islands. I just want to be able to walk those beautiful white steps. I want to look out over the ocean. I just want to be in one of those little villas so bad. I love Greek food. I love the weather. I just haven't been able to go yet. So that most definitely is top of the list. What's something you should do after all the touristy things in New York City? I say go to the Union Square Farmers Market. There are plants, there are plenty of vendors, there's plenty of art. It is just stunning. I get lots of my groceries there. I get bread there, I get cheese there. Great for charcuterie boards, everyone. They have wine, and it's all local, obviously. And they're there, I think, Wednesdays and Saturdays. I go on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so that's why I'm saying Wednesdays and Saturdays. But check it out. What's your favorite food? Ooh, okay, so my favorite food is probably an empanada. My favorite foods in general, Italian food. I love a good cream pasta, and then any Mexican food. Anything and everything, love it. And there's so many good places in New York City, and I also love making all this, and like I said, I love cooking for my friends, I love cooking for myself. So those are my main go-tos. Where is your favorite place to hang out in New York City? I love hanging out in Central Park, especially in the summer. Bring a little picnic, bring a little book, just chill in the park. Everyone is out all the time. You can still find your own little secluded area, which is really nice, so you don't have to be bothered. We always go to, and by we I mean my friend group, we always go to Sheep's Meadows, which is kind of a classic. It's a really well-known spot, but in the summer we just hang out there all weekend and try not to get burnt. So lots of sunscreen and lots of water to stay hydrated. Yeah. Am I a night owl or an early bird? I am a night owl all the way. How do you rent an apartment in New York City? And my answer to that is see my other video because it goes in depth. It explains everything you need to know, and I'll link it somewhere here. This is a good one. How did you get your name? My name is also my dad's name. So my dad, petitioned everyone in the family to have his firstborn son named Parrish, and he got it. So I am Parrish as well, spelled the same, different middle names, so I'm technically not Junior. Yeah. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed those 20 questions, and I hope you know a little bit more about me, and I'd love to learn more about you down in the comments. And I'm going to be having a video next week about third-party guarantors, so stay tuned, like and subscribe, and follow me for more. Bye, guys. Have a great one.